This is Bobby with Renaissance Game Supply, and yesterday I was making a video about having all the bulk magic cards sorted by set, sorted alphabetically. It's taken me about a year to get it to where it's kind of reasonably organized and sorted. But in doing so, it takes a lot of time, obviously, but you kind of miss out on capturing new sets and spikes, card spikes specifically. So as I add stuff, I sometimes don't have time to get out there and proactively keep up with the pricing. So a lot of times I get bought out. But anyway, now I have most of that harder work kind of out of the way. I decided what I'll start doing is like maybe once a month, kind of create a video of the card spikes over the month and see if I found some in the organized and sorted backstock. So on the screen here is a little list I posted yesterday just based on what's been going up the last week or two, and some of it might be a little bit older, might even kind of dip back into November, like Noetic Scales, for example, I know was on there. Helm of the Gas Lord was another one. Soul Wardens has kind of been creeping up for a little while. Grave Sifter was one that spiked up this week, and Obelisk Spider, I think I've sold out of those probably about a month and a half ago. Somebody bought me out of a bunch of spiders, so I didn't find any of those. But anyway, this is what I did find, so we'll start. So here's a Noetic Scales. It's kind of cool to find that. And again, these are the older ones here. Home of the Gas Lord. This one here is kind of unique in the sense that it's got some value to it, but it's also a miscut. That one right there, Focused God. So that was kind of cool to see. Oh, looks like I'm missing a light. It's not on overhead here, but anyway. So the one that's I was most interested in finding is the Quill Spike. And this one here, I kind of saw bouncing up and down the last 30 days or so. Flourishing Defenses. And of course this week, this card went from like $1 something up to, I think it's at 7. Don't know if it's sitting there, if it's going to go up any higher, but Corrosive Mentor. So I think just the valuation of these 6 cards, it's almost close to a booster box, if I recall correctly. I mean, because Noetic Scales, Locust God, that's probably over $30. The Helm, somewhere between $8.50 and $10. Quill Spike is bouncing around 7, 8, 9 at the moment. Flourishing Defenses, I didn't even look at the price on that. And Corrosive Mentor, I think, is around $7. So if I hang on to these just maybe another week or so, those 6 will probably pay for a booster box, or fairly close. Maybe I'll spend like 20, 30 bucks out of cash out of pocket for like the shipping and taxes or whatever. But we'll see. I mean, maybe these 6 can get there. Maybe there's another card that'll help out. Maybe have 2 or 3 copies of kicking around somewhere. But anyway, I mean, that's kind of what I found. So the reason why I wanted to do this video wasn't just to show that, hey, these are cards that are spiking and this is the value of them and whatnot. What I wanted to show you was, if you are interested in bulk and you have the space like I do, and you have the ability to sort by sets, and then you set them off into your space over there and you store them, you hang on to them, you don't list everything all at once. You can afford to kind of sit back and watch cards go up and down in value, so to speak, as each new set comes out. So that should give you a little bit more time to kind of pay attention to the card markets, the decks that are getting built, and share it out on the network, or out on the internet, I should say. And that's what I'm trying to move into going forward this year, is now that the lion's share of the work is out of the way, I'm going to still add cards I'm just not going to add them as quick as I was. Sure, there's certain sets I will get stuff uploaded. Some older stuff I want to thicken up some of those sets. But this is what I want to kind of kick back and do now. I want to kick back, find these cards that are going up in value, dig through the backstock, and get them listed. And it's kind of exciting to do that. I mean, these are going to be quick sales. So the other thing I'm going to still try to do as well is finish organizing the rest of the cards. There's still probably 350,000 cards not sorted, so I'm going to try and get those sorted. We're going to get the machine's subscription fired back up here in the next week or so. I think I'm finally at the point where I've got it organized enough to where I can actually run those again. I'm still in the process of cleaning over here, getting the sets broken out, put away, and get those tables out of the middle so I'll have some more space to work with. But yeah, I mean, it was exciting to find at least 3 or 4 of those cards that have just gone up just in the past 7-10 days, and to find that miscut. So I'll be sharing that one out on Facebook, see if anybody's interested in that one. And the noetic scales, I'll probably just go ahead and add that one to the store today. Let's see here, what else? I think for the rest of today, I will just kind of continue organizing around here. I got all the set labels, or all the sets organized yesterday, so that was nice. I finished up that punch list based on that previous video that I was doing. I don't know, there's probably like 12 or 13 sets that got organized, so it should make our card pulling a whole lot more efficient. I mean, it's just my wife and I doing this, so literally every task is time consuming sometimes, but I think I'm finally wrestled enough of the projects into the ground around the house here, and we'll have all the time to rededicate back to the card shop. And it's exciting to be able to start watching the spikes again and the movements of certain cards across the different game formats, and just kind of follow that more closely. Follow some of the competitions and just kind of watch what decks are winning, and kind of look at the list of the cards and kind of see if I can start predicting some of that. Maybe start pulling some of those cards aside and kind of get them ready to get listed to market before they start spiking up. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, and I'm going to continue with this list. I just printed off a version of it, and I just keep it over there in the backstock, so as I'm digging through cards, I can just kind of have this list fresh in mind, because the stuff that I'm still looking for are the Chills, the Obelisk Spiders, Flamekin Harbinger, Stormkiln Artist. I probably have Quiet Speculations because I have a whole bunch of Judgment. The Withered Wretch, I may have a few copies of that. Grave Sifter, not so much. I think the first time I ever had a copy of that was 2014 Commander Fraley's, and that's the one I actually sold, was the one, because I kind of broke up my elf deck. Crumbling Ashes, I was really kind of expecting to see that, but generally surprised that I didn't. I mean, I had a feeling it would be there, but just because I have a lot of Eventide organized and separated out, and it is only an uncommon. Sandstone Needle from Mercadian Masks. That's a land. I expected to have a bunch of those because those lands from that set kind of sat around in our backstock, but I haven't found one yet. So I'll have a land binder here from some older stuff, so I might check that as well. And the Soul Wardens, I'm pretty sure I've got 1 or 2 of those kicking around, because I've seen those and I've always pulled those every time I've seen them. So I'm going to keep looking, keep digging, and if I find more stuff, I'll do another video kind of showing you what else I found. But I think, 5, 4, 6 cards here, I think that's pretty close, just kind of showing you what you can do once everything's organized. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we're going to keep on working in the background here. I might do another video tomorrow too, just kind of showing the back area over here and how many sets I have organized already. Anyway, I'm dragging this one out. You all have a great weekend, and hopefully some of you all out there enjoying the pre-release.